What is up, my friends? Kenji back again for another edition of Drafting with New Type. This time, what did I say? Drafting with Numot. This time with Guilds of Ravnica. Finally, we have Guilds of Ravnica draft, so it's gonna be a good one. Yeah, let's just jump right into it. Just went to the optometrist before this, and they dilated my pupils. So if I have a hard time reading the card text, I do apologize. At this point, I think I know most of the cards based on art, thankfully. We do have a League Guild Mage here. One of the best cards in the pack. Capture Sphere, also very good. Deadly Visit. Flighted Equinox, good for like the Selesnya deck. But I'm a big fan of the Izzet deck, and I think League Guild Mage is a perfectly valid first pick. The thing about this draft format is that there are so many good multicolor cards that it's not bad to take one first pick. You know, oftentimes you want to take a singleton color card like Deadly Visit or Capture Sphere, but because you want to fall into a guild, I think it's definitely okay to take a multicolor card, one that's definitely as powerful as the League Guild Mage. Follow-up to us is a mission briefing. I cannot quite read the text, but I know what it does is Surveils 2, instant speed, and then you can choose an instant or sorcery from your graveyard, and you can basically flash it back. So Surveil 2, instant speed, as well as recasting a nice potentially burn spell or something to that effect, is a really good follow-up, I think, to the League Guild Mage. There's also a disinformation campaign in the pack. Surveil, as I was just talking about, is pretty prevalent in the format, and disinformation campaign can really go off if you get a good Surveil deck. Dimir, blue-black, is known for Surveil, and disinformation campaign can often just take over a game, you know, if you cast it multiple times. Other good cards, Swathguard Giant is a little bit awkward, as Boros tends to go low to the ground, meaning 6 drops are a little bit too high, but I'm just going to take the mission briefing and follow the blue-red for now. Alright, we do have some Boros options here. There's a League Guild Mage, Bounty Agent. Also, we have another Capture Sphere. I think this is Sinister Sabotage. I think I just take the removal spell here. I do like the counter in the form of Sinister Sabotage, but I'm going to cut off the blue cards now at this point. I think Izzet's one of my most drafted archetypes, guilds of this format, and I definitely think it's one of the better ones, so pretty happy with our start right now. As we get past what looks to be a statue status, one of the better Golgari cards, no doubt. There's also a Sky Knight Legionnaire, a Boros All-Star. For us, we don't really have much. There's like an Izzet Locket, could take like Fresh-Faced Recruit, but I'm going to stay open. I did first pick the Izzet card, Izzet Guild Mage, but here I'm going to take the Darkblade Agent. A little bit awkward now that I've passed the disinformation campaign, but definitely one of the more powerful cards. If you Surveil, it gets Death Touch, and if it deals damage to a player, you get to draw a card. So high upside there, and definitely worth staying open. Next pack for us has a few goodies again. A little bit awkward now. I think this is the second Sky Knight Legionnaire we've seen, so Boros might be an open option, but there's a very good card here in the form of Dimir Informant. 1/4 often blocks most of the early game creatures, and the ability to Surveil 2 just goes hand in hand with a lot of the cards that we're going to want to be drafting, so I think Dimir Informant is a great pickup there. Not really too much to follow up. Like, we have an Omnispell Adept. I don't actually think this card's all that amazing. More often than not, it turns into like a 5-mana 3/4. They're just better options at the 5-mana slot. Otherwise, we're looking at like a Devious Cover-Up or a Rebel Belt Boar. Maybe Lotleth Giant. This is just a poor pack overall. The funny thing is, with the Dimir deck, you often Surveil so much that it's actually possible to deck yourself. And I've definitely seen games where Devious Cover-Up has won, not because it's countered something relevant, but because it's shuffled 3 spells back into your library. So see if that works out there and take it. As we then get a Dowser of Lights. Don't sleep on this card. It's vanilla, which means it has no text box. It's just a 5-mana 4/5, but 5 toughness in this format is huge. It dodges basically all of the removal and creatures. You know, there's like hard removal like Deadly Visit, and it does die to like Command the Storm, but for the most part, this thing is generally just going to be the biggest card on the battlefield. So Fine pickup here, as we could take a Mnemonic Betrayal. I've actually never tried this card, but if we do end up blue-black, I think it might be worth having a little fun here. So 3 mana, this is a reverse Yawgmoth's Will. You get to exile all the cards from your opponent's graveyard for a turn, and then cast them if you want to, paying any mana. So you have to utilize it that turn, but I do think this has some fun tech to it. Wow, that's kind of crazy that we willed the Capture Sphere here. Also another Unexplained Disappearance, one of my favorite bounce cards. It's kind of like a Voyage's End, if you guys remember that card from, what's it called? Theros block? Something like that. So it's either Capture Sphere or Unexplained Disappearance. I think I like taking the bounce here. Alright, nothing too much in this pack. If we end up splashing green, Foragers rather, is not terrible. Looks like green might be open as well. Mesmerist is more filler than anything. Creeping Chill is cute, but not very good. Alright, so overall, not a bad first pack. I first picked the League Guild Mage. It looks like Izzet's not really open. We didn't see like the Hypothesisals, the Electromancers, and we just didn't see very much red in general. But it does look like the blue and the black could be a good route to go down. So we'll see how pack 2 lends itself to us. And, well, there is an Izoni 1000-Eyed. Pretty good card. I don't know if I can go down that route, although I suppose it is possible we're doing some weird Sultai nonsense. There's not really a great card in this pack for me anyways. Like, Selective Snare is okay. There's a Guild Gate, you know, a Plaza, some other fixing, but I guess we can try to take the Izoni. The other good card in the pack is the Conclave Cavalier, just amazing Selesnya card that at 4/4 Vigilance for 4 already fine and limited, but then the fact that when it dies you get that extra value of 2/2/2s is quite good. We'll try the Izoni and see if we can build potentially a Golgari deck, as we do get past a Swarm Guild Mage here. Very good one. The Menace ability often just wins the game in some scenarios. What are we passing? Not too much. Okay. Let's see. Maybe the black-green is the way to go. As we see, not too much here, but Pitiless Gorgon is a fine pickup. I suppose I could actually maybe cut the blue, question mark? Like, my blue's not absurd by any means. And even though I don't have many total cards right now, if I go straight up green-black, I think if it's open, it's the correct position to be in. Yeah. We're going to need some help, but I think this is okay. What I might end up doing is like splashing Capture Sphere or something, you know. Notion Rain, another good one here. If I'm going to go down the Dimir route. I think for us, we're just probably taking the Generous Stray. I don't see too much of a reason to go 3-color right now, right? I get like these cards maybe if I wanted to do that, but that just seems greedy when I can just take a solid card for the green-black deck. And this is fine. The 3-mana 1/2, it's more about the body that goes to the graveyard, you know. The Golgari deck is all about the creatures matters while in the yard, so I think that's a fine pivot, fine take. It also works really well with cards like Strand of Death, where you sacrifice a creature to kill another creature. Yeah. 9 cards in the main deck, 9 creatures. Okay, got some good blue cards going around again now as well, but I'm going to just take the Rhizome Lurcher. Pretty solid card for the Golgari deck. And I do want to commit myself at this point, I think. As we get some more blue cards, but that's not too bad, as we do have another Erstwhile Trooper. I don't know how to feel about this card. I think it's actually fine, but from a lot of the experiences I've had, and from what a lot of people have said to me, they don't like the card, but I mean, we have nothing but creatures in our deck right now, so I think I'm going to still take it. This time we'll take the Lotleth Giant over the Generous Stray. Card does some amazing work, surprisingly, or maybe unsurprisingly, at the late game. We have some good ones as well. Guild Gate, another Foragers, and a Vigor Spore Worm. We actually have the combo of Vigor Spore Worm plus Swarm Guild Mage, so this can't be blocked except by can't be blocked by more than one creature. So if you give it Menace, it not only can't be blocked by more than one creature, it has to be blocked by 2 or more creatures, meaning it's unblockable. Pretty funny. Crushing Canopy, another Trooper, or a Crawl Foragers. Another card I've been surprised with is Crawl Foragers. This card has 1 many erase, either for me or my opponent, so I'm going to take it. 2-drop here seems fine. We could take Guildgate for potential splashing or just take the flyer. But Bats is pretty lackluster anyway, so just in case we open a white card in the last pack, I'll take the Guildgate here. Pax Favor is a fine one. We didn't have any combat tricks as of yet. Never Happens, also a good sideboard card. Is a good answer to a lot of the jumpstart cards in the format, and it's just good against the, say, control deck or a deck with bombs, you know, Niv Mizzet or something you want to take early. Alright, filler cards here. But yeah, I think we've solidified ourselves into a nice Golgari build. We do need to pick up a few playables in the last pack, but ideally we're just going to take any removal we see. So things like Prey Upon, Strands of Undeath, or rather Strands of Death, or whatever it's called, Deadly Visit, even Undercity Uprising would be fine. But I think our creature base is solid, for sure. A lot more talking to do in a new set when things are fresh on people's mind and they might not know what the cards do fully. We need more ways to get cards in the graveyard too. I don't actually have any... Ooh, that is a nice pickup. I don't have any Surveil, do I? Don't think so. Alright, we're going to take the Golgari Findbroker here. I think Deadweight is very good and a card that we would like, but I'm going to take the uncommon. I think this could potentially wheel because of the mana requirements, but I don't really want to take the chance. And we still can wheel like the Rhizome Lurcher or the Generous Stray, but this card's just too powerful. Too much value. Small merit to taking the rare there as well. If I had like a Dimir Guildgate or something, maybe I do that. The rare was Concoct and Connive if you missed it. Okay, looks like we'll take a Necrotic Wound here over, say, Golgari Locket, Luminous Bonds. There's a Hypothesizel. With as many creatures I already have in my deck, the Necrotic Wound has to be good. It might not be good early in the game, but later on it has utility, for sure. And that's the thing about the Golgari deck. You're normally going to be predominantly creatures. Same thing I'd say with the Selesnya decks. You just tend to have creature overload and maybe not as many spells as you would want. Not to say I wouldn't love picking up some spells here, you know. Removal is important, and as of now I don't really have that much, but that's okay. We will get there. Okay, next Paccarino. Some more good cards for us. Some more good Selesnya cards. I find that Selesnya is often open just because, well, I do think it's one of the weaker guilds, but as such you can often get the more powerful cards if they're open, as you can see here, another Conclave Cavalier. Here's that Undercity Uprising I was talking about. Creatures you control gain Death Touch until end of turn, then target creature you control fights another target creature you don't control. So, pretty solid. I'm either going to take that or the Necrotic Wound number 2. I mean, it's likely that Undercity Uprising is a more solid removal spell, but it's also likely that this is going to wheel. So let's take the Wound and see if we can wheel the Uprising. Oh, nice pack here. I think we're going to go with the Vivid Revival. We can probably cut this Dowser of Lights now, too. So Vivid Revival is one of those cards that can do so much work in this format because of all the powerful multicolored cards. You look at the ones I have right now: Izoni, Rhizome Lurcher, Golgari Findbroker, 2 Troopers, Swarm Guildmage, and the Pitiless Gorgon. So I'm going to take it here, losing out on another Worm and a Stray, but I think this has high upside. Okay. Wow, some really good Izzet cards. This pack is just basically all Izzet. Beacon Bolt, very, very good. Direct Current, very, very good. Hypothesizel, very good. Sonic Assault, pretty darn good. I think we're going to go with the Whisper Agent here now. We do want the Surveil, and this is a multicolored card for Vivid Revival, so kind of extra value there for us. As we pick up, ooh, Plague Crafter, Pilfering Imp, Rhizome Lurcher, Vigor Spore Worm, and a Whisper Agent. All pretty good. I think I like taking the Plague Crafter here, but wouldn't be surprised if, you know, you're supposed to take any of those other cards. I think all those cards have quite good merit utility. Wow, another really good pack here for us. Molder Hulk, Burglar Rat, another Rhizome Lurcher, Severed Strand. Gonna go with the removal spell here. We just need removal, and Severed Strands is one of the cards I was talking about earlier. Even though Hulk and Rhizome are great, I think it's, again, possible that there's another Rhizome already coming back around, and removal. Important. Okay, I'm gonna take another one. I will play both Severed Strands here. Guildgate, Might of the Masses. There's that Rhizome Lurcher we were talking about. Beautiful! Alright, I think we have a decent Golgari deck for sure. Wow, the Cavalier Wheeling's pretty gross. Another Generous Stray. I don't think we're playing that other one. Currently at, to what, 24 cards here. So I do need to cut one. I mean, I suppose we can just cut a Stray. We don't need it. Although it is good for both the Severed Strands. You know what? Actually, I'm going to run a Stray over one of the Troopers. That could be a little bit better. This still leaves me with a decent number of multicolored cards for Vivid Revival, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I say that because Generous Stray is just better with the double strands and the Plague Crafter, right? Because we get our value from the Stray drawing a card, and then we can sacrifice it to strands. In fact, maybe I'm supposed to be running both Generous Stray instead of like a Pax Fervor, or whatever, Pax Favor. Could also cut one of the Dev Karen Dissidents. Nice. Wow, another Rhizome Lurcher. Jeez. Okay, I don't even know what I'm supposed to cut anymore. Maybe one Stray, maybe Painter? I do like Painter, but it's not necessary. All my creatures are going to be pretty large anyways. Like, this can push some damage through, but it doesn't seem necessary. And then we run... It's just a pretty even chop down the center. I guess more green than black. Excuse me. As we have more green creatures earlier, and the black we don't need until later, because we're not casting Necrotic Wounds super early, and we're not casting Severed Strands super early, so let's go a little bit heavier on green than black, save the deck, and go to round one of our very first Guilds of Ravnica draft here on the MTGO Traders channel. Hope you guys enjoy. Stay tuned. Alrighty, my friends, here we are for round one of this Guilds of Ravnica competitive single elimination draft. We are on the draw. We're going to give this hand a shot. It doesn't really do anything early, but I don't think you can mulligan this type of hand. I think many people just mulligan too aggressively. And, well, there we go. We drew a Dissident, so something to do on turn 2. Opponent leads with Double Forest. Interesting. I'm going to imagine they're playing Selesnya. But of course they could be Golgari or even multicolor. Indeed, it does look to be Selesnya as they play a Plains and a Generous Stray. Alright, Generous Stray is not normally something that you see in Selesnya, so we could be seeing a multicolor deck from the opponent, perhaps one of the Abzan variety. Get in for 2 here and pass. 4 mana. Wild Ceratok. Okay. So we draw another land. Okay, we're just going to pass here. And then I'll probably end up blocking their Ceratok when they attack and using Necrotic Wound at end of turn to finish it off. And then we can play like Golgari Fine Broker the turn after to bring back our creature. Kind of funny how Find Broker is actually lacking synergy with the rest of the Golgari cards, but oh well. Follow for play from the opponent. Second main phase after the Locket is a Sprouting Renewal to make a 2/2. Alright, we will kill their Saratok after all's said and done. Oh, a Vivid Revival. That's pretty good too. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to play the Foragers out for now. Just get a bigger body on the battlefield. And we can save the Golgari Find Broker for something more relevant too. Like if they attack here, I'll block. Maybe they use a combat trick. And then I can bring back the Foragers, etc., etc. Or that, yeah, absolutely. 6 mana removal spell for my Foragers so they can get in for 3 is A-okay by me. Because now we can play the Find Broker, get back our Forager. Or we could play a 4/4 Rhizome Lurcher. Interesting. I guess we're going to go with that instead. Ooh, this Vivid Revival. Going to look tasty in the late game, assuming we can get there. Another 6 mana spell from the opponent. Locks in Restore. Not exactly what they're looking for. Not a card I care about. As we draw another Severed Strands. I think we're just going to play the Find Broker, get back our 4/4 and pass. Feels like we're in pretty overwhelming position right now. They're probably going to sack their Locket at some point, maybe even this turn to draw some cards. Ledev Champion. Okay, that is a card that I should deal with rather hastily. As this can start just taking over the game. This only gives me 1 creature right now. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to sack my 3/4 to kill their Ledev Champion. They can poop out a 1/1 in response, but then we'll just pass. Five mana. What was that? Oh, Camaraderie. Very nice. So, gain X life and draw X cards, where X is the number of creatures you control. And they drew a Prey Upon. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to go to 10 here. That didn't feel very good. 1, 2. So I have 3 creatures in my graveyard. I guess Izoni is still the safest play here. But them drawing that many cards could prove to be problematic for us. Like if they attack with a Loxodon Restorer, well, we'll see. We'll see what they do. Because I kind of want to get the Izoni in the graveyard. So this is good news for me. I guess in case they have Righteous Blow, I'll multi-block. I feel like they would have attacked with more creatures anyway, so we might just be trading for Izoni here, which was actually exactly what we want to happen, right? Because now we can Vivid Revival 3 cards back. Oh, this looks very large. 7 mana. 10 mana? Oh, is this just the Colossus? We can Strands the Colossus. No big deal there. Yep, just an 11/11. Just a stinky 11/11. And let's play the Guild Mage out instead of the Gorgon. Reason being is, if I draw a land next turn, I'm probably playing a 5-drop, and then I can use the 2 mana from the Swarm Guild Mage to gain an extra life. Happy to trade here. We're just going to outgrind the opponent. They're tapping mana mid-combat, so I think they want to go to second main. There we are. 3, 4, 5. I'm guessing a Rosemane Centaur. Oh no, this is another big creature. Worm? Ah, it is a worm, okay. And they're leaving up 4 mana so they can pop their locket. Ooh, we drew another Rhizome Lurcher. Let's play that instead. It threatens the Siege Worm and it still lets me hold up 2 mana. I think the losing factor for us here currently is our mana. We just haven't drawn enough lands to do everything that we want to do currently. Like if they just draw 1 Luminous Bonds here, that's a problem for us. Or like a Prey Upon to fight. That's not mattering. Okay. Alright, this is good. They are at 28 life and they get to start attacking in for 2 in the air. But we are slowly pulling back into this game. And so it's so awkward returning these 3. Like it just kind of negates everything that I want to do, you know? So let's play out the Foragers first here, gain some extra life before we're returning those cards. And continue trying to grind out our opponent. Yes, take 2 in the air. And they pass, so we're going to gain 2 life. Negate the Parhelion. Ooh, a Necrotic Wound was a good draw. I wonder if I want to kill the Flyer here instead. One, 2, 3, 4 creatures in my graveyard currently. Okay, I'm going to attack for 6 and let them trade away with the Pitiless Gorgon. That puts the 5th creature in the graveyard for us. So now I can Necrotic Wound. And I just wanted to cast that now to make sure it resolved. And then let's get the Fine Broker, Izoni, and a Rhizome Lurcher back. Because now that the ground is clear, we can start attacking in with our Crawl Foragers and just recasting fat creatures. Oh, they drew another Siege Worm potentially. Oh, a Hatchery Spider. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they did not hit any green permanents, which is the only thing that this can hit. So Prey Upon, another Patrol, and a Luminous Bonds are all gone now. Nice. That is good. It's still a 5/7, of course, but they are working on the top of their library, so we have time. Another awkward draw here for us. Guess we're just going to play out a 4/4 and a Gorgon? I actually don't know what I'm supposed to do versus the 5/7. I mean, I know we can give Menace soon enough, but without a way to push through the 5/7, it's going to be a little bit rough. Okay, attack with the Helion Patrol again. And they still have 28 life. Whoa, what did you draw now? The 7/5 Hexproof? Oh god, they did. Disgusting. I suppose at this point I'm supposed to just sit back and gain life, eh? Yeah, I'm just going to play the Izoni and keep gaining life. Thankfully, Pitiless Gorgon is stopping the entirety of their team. Let's see, that is 14 lands from them now, so they probably have basically spells left in their deck. Gain 2. I can start giving Menace as well. I don't think we want to find Broker back anything quite yet. Yep, let's give Menace. Let's attack with both our Forager and our Rhizome Lurcher. Because I need to start making action, and they have to double block, so they can't just eat a singleton creature with the Spider without me at least getting their Soldier token or their Generous Stray. And every time I take care of one of their creatures, it's much harder for them to block the Menace in a progressive turn, following turn. Like, this trade doesn't look great on the surface, but slowly whittling them down, I think, is the correct play. Issue being that we know they have a ton of spells left in their deck, but oh well. Got to start chipping in eventually, and so I think that now is the right time. Attacking with their Spider and their hexproof creature. Okay. So we can trade here and attempt to trade here. Kind of want the Izoni to die. Yeah, we can also sacrifice Izoni at a later point. Okay, let's just block like this. They might have drawn the indestructible hexproof card, but that's the only thing that I can think of that would truly get me. They have neither. They just let both creatures die. What on earth? Okay, now I'm confused at what they have. What? What can this be? Oh, they have the Find Finality? Oh, they do. My God. What a draw. Okay. And this time they hit a Conclave Cavalier and a Rosemane Scent. Oh, they have a Divine Visitation in their deck. Holy moly. Yeah, that might get me. That might damn do the trick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 creatures in my graveyard now. Oof. Oh, it's sack another creature. I can't even sack Izoni. Ay. Okay. Well, I guess I'm just gonna pass here. Wow, what a crazy first game. Yeah, they just gotta start pooping out 1/1s as well. Oh, they have a Crawl Foragers. Alright, casual 29 life. I'm gonna have to, like, try to deck them. That doesn't seem like a very good attack with the Spider, at least. Actually, I don't even need to put this. I don't even need to put the token there. Oh, I will, though, because I think I'd rather gain 2 life than use the Menace plus Pump. Or do I want to draw an extra card? Yeah, because I need the Izoni to die. In fact, maybe I play it like this. Sack the token, see what we draw. Okay, that's not terrible. And then sack the Rhizome as well so that I ensure that Izoni dies. And then gain 2 life. Go to 9. Can I afford to play this and this without losing? No, because they can poop out tokens. So now we need to find Broker, back Izoni. Oh, this is a weird game. You think this would be backbreaking, but it's really not. The good news here is that I get to play a Rhizome Lurcher, which blocks everything from the opponent's side of the board here in a moment. 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I'm just going to lose to the Dev Champion now, making too many 1/1s. What a crazy game. What do we have in our sideboard for this versus this? Nothing really. I mean, I can bring in Spider to block, but that's not very impressive. What a crazy game. So I'm taking 6, I'm going down to 3. Still left with quite a few creatures, because the Spider doesn't get to kill most of them. But again, we're just losing to the Dev Champion. Yeah, and we know the opponent has basically nothing but spells left in their deck. Alright, Generous Stray, give me something tasty. I don't even know what I can draw at this point. Definitely not that. I can make 2 tokens end of turn. Welcome to Golgari versus Selesnya, but the opponent had 2 crazy rares. I guess 3 crazy rares. This is... Find Finality is just one of the best cards in the format. Like, it's just so good. I haven't seen any black from them yet, but even just returning 2 creatures is pretty good when you have like Hatchery Spider and whatnot. Prey Upon, sure. Can't do anything about that. Am I dead on board? Maybe they miscount and I'm not dead. I have a feeling I'm probably dead right even at, because I'm taking 4 from the Flyers regardless. Yeah. All right, GG. Well, you know what I could do? Maybe I bring this in for the long game. Maybe I bring in Utopia. Hear me out. Maybe I bring in Utopia and Mnemonic Betrayal for the long game. Take out like the Pump and the Plague Crafter. Bring in 1 island. And we try to get cute. Capture Sphere is also probably decent versus them if I want to do this, but I think I'm going to try it like this. Have a little fun. I don't know how we're supposed to beat their... Oh, they went to 42 cards. This hand looks fine. So I need to save my removal spells for their token producers, effectively. Them getting back their spider, and more importantly, the dev champion really hurt me. Alright, we found our one island for the late game. Put the fear into them. Put the fear of the 3-color into them. Wow, they kept a really slow hand. They kept a really slow hand. You know what I'm not above doing? I'm not above playing a 4-mana 2/2 when I have the Vigor, not the Vigor Spore, the Vivid Revival in my hand. Oh, and they missed! Wow, what kind of Selesnya deck doesn't have any... Jeez. Alright, now I feel like I'm a champion for playing out the Lurcher. Who needs creatures in the graveyard? I certainly don't. I imagine they have at least one of their Conclave Cavaliers in their hand, so if they hit a Plains, we're probably going to see a huge 4/4, but no, just a Luminous Bonds. Alright. No, we'll keep curving out with creatures. 3-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop, 6-drop. Also, Luminous Bonds means Strands is a good draw, right? Alright, as expected, there's the Cavalier. And unfortunately, that kind of just brick walls us. Oh man, we're going to lose to that Singleton card, aren't we? This is where I wish I'd brought in the Capture Sphere. That's funny. Sure, Wild Ceratok. Gorgon was a fine draw. Yeah, let's just attack with the Dissident and probably trade with the Ceratok if they block. Oh wow, I did not expect this trade, but I guess they might need the extra creatures for Convoke, which would make some sense. Our draw of only creatures is going to lose to their draw of better creatures. Indrik, okay. What does that fight? Well, that's not the worst. 6-mana removal spell, sure. I'll take that. And honestly, we might as well just trade here. Like how they got the 3-for-1 with their Cavalier, but... Oh, yeah! Hashtag rewarded. But as I was saying, we want the multicolored creatures in our graveyard for Vivid Revival. Sure, locks and restore. Okay, let's attack with... I think all of our creatures here. And we'll just sack whatever the non-Izoni block is, and then Vivid Revival back our 3 creatures. So let's sack this, draw a card. Ooh, that could be good. Should I get greedy? Should I sacrifice the Crawl Foragers too? I don't think so. I think we just let this happen now. And now we can Vivid back these 3. Still have 3 creatures in our graveyard too, so Rhizome's going to be a 5/5. Welcome to Value Town. I wonder, can I play these the Convoke cards by tapping creatures? I think I probably can. Oh, darn it, they just returned 2 of them back. That's kind of disgusting. Yeah, these are 5/5s, so definitely nothing wrong with just running them out. Ooh! Oh my gosh. But I can cast their Finality from the graveyard now. Oh god, yeah. Oh, that's gonna be great. What is this nonsense? No, I'm gonna take this. That or block with Insect seems correct, because the 5/5 survive through Finality. They'll play their Cavalier here. Sure, they play Parhelion, that's fine. Oh, baby. This is good. So I still need 1 more mana before I can do that. So let's just bide our time. We can put the 1/1 counters on the Crawl Forager. I really want them to attack with their Conclave Cavalier. Because if we can get the Cavalier to die, then Finality will clear up their tokens. Yeah, send it in. Oh yeah, all day. They also have a Camaraderie in their deck. I have to remember that, but if I draw land next turn, we're just going for it. Come on. Another Indrik. Okay, that fights our Crawl Foragers, unfortunately, but I imagine a land here is still GG. Damn it. Oh, I'm just giving them so much time to find their Camaraderie. Yeah, we can play the Fine Broker here. Let's get back the Foragers, I think. And then pass. Come on, land. Untapped land is all we need before they draw Camaraderie. Damn it! Oh! Okay, well, they found the Camaraderie. So that's bad. They just drew a ton of cards. The good news is Mnemonic Betrayal is still really good, because now I can even copy the Camaraderie if I really wanted to, but I think the Find Finality is still the way to go. Are they going to prey upon a Rhizome Lurcher? No, they killed the Golgari Fine Broker. That's fine. Interesting. Well, if they have +2/+2, I guess we want them to be forced to use it. And these tokens are dying anyway, so might as well. Wow, they just didn't have it? Well, now I can probably afford to wait anyways. That seemed a little bit sketchy on their part. 6 cards in hand, though. That's the real problem. What a weird, crazy game this is. What a weird match. They're going to cast Sprouting Renewal. Okay. So I think I'm gonna bait them 1 more turn. think I'm going to play the Crawl Forager. I think I'm going to play the Erstwhile Trooper just to block. And I'm going to get in for 10 damage, as it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to. I mean, if they can deal 14 to me next turn, great. You got me. Jumping. Okay, that's fine too. Next turn, we Mnemonic Betrayal their Find Finality. Wipe their board, leave ourselves with 3 creatures. And then we Izoni the turn after. That's my game plan. We could lose to something like a Bounty of Might, but oh yeah, keep playing them out. Keep going. Keep playing those 4 toughness creatures for me. Or less than. Yes, yes. Continue, my friend. Continue. Please. I beg of you. So we're just going to chump the Saratok here, because our trooper's dying anyways. And can I cast... I can even cast a Prey Upon if I wanted to. Alright. Time for, Mnemonic Betrayal. Oh, yes. And I'm going to put 2 1/1 counters on my Crawl Foragers. Boom! Does that feel good? Oh my god. I guess I'm running into a Righteous Blow with one of my 6/6s or 5/5s, but... Wow, how lucky you were there. Okay, I mean, if you think so. Wow, how lucky you were there. Oh man, now I really hope we just beat them in this match. Let the salt flow. Yeah, play your 9 or 7/5. I can attack into it still, my friend. Oh, baby. Oh, daddy like. Wow, how lucky you were there. Dang. I'm sorry, dude. It's as if I sideboarded a card that would be good. I think I'm going to bring in the Never Happened and take out a 2-drop. Or actually... No, I'm going to take out a Strands. The Strands actually seemed pretty bad. Oh, please. Please just let me win this match. I don't care if we lose the other one. Oh, this hand is so slow. It doesn't do anything. I'm probably supposed to mulligan this. Yeah, I just have no plays. Let's go down to 6. Alright, we can keep this hand. We just need to find a swamp and we're pretty set up. I'm going to bottom the forest. That might be greedy, but I think it's correct. We just really need a black source here. There we go. Alright. Still not an amazing hand, but a keeper for sure. Oof. Double Necrotic Wound is probably not ideal. These are the cards that we want to draw later in the game, not on turn 1 and 2. Okay. Well, that makes it a little bit better. I would love to trade here. I am definitely blocking if they're attacking. No plays. We'll also accept that. As we draw an Izoni. Okay. just attack here. Pass. Maybe I should be attacking with the Storm Guild Mage too, because I don't mind trading 2 for 2. Oh, they scooped! Oh my gosh. Well, my friends, that feels good. Let's go to the next round. Round 2 of this Guilds of Ravnica draft. We are on the draw, and we have a land-heavy hand, but definitely a hand that you keep. Guild Mage can help buffer some life, and then Generous Stray on turn 3. Hopefully draw me into some more tasty cards. Just looking for spells here. Why would you do that, Magic? Why would you do that? Magic! Why would you give me a 7th or 6th land? I told you I wanted to draw spells. Forest from the opponent, oh my. There's a spell for us. Again, they're probably either Selesnya or Golgari, but they could be multicolor as well. Green is often paired with blue and black, as they have no play. But they do have a Guild Mage's Forum, which I think is one of the better utility lands that you can just randomly pick up, even though it's rare, right? So it costs you a mana to activate, but you can make a multicolored card, or rather a multicolored creature, bigger. And you can keep doing that for all of your multicolored creatures, so. Another Ledev champion. Womp womp. Let's attack in here with our Guild Mage. Don't mind trading. Play out Mr. Gorgon. And pass the turn. This card's been so awkward in our deck. We want the graveyard utility, but we also want to rebuy our creatures, so I'm loving it. Okay, Generous Stray from the opponent as well. I'll block and trade if you would like, my friend. Nope, they do not. Which is fine. Now I'm going to attack with everything. And my assumption is they're probably going to eat the Stray, or block the Stray with Ledev. And that's okay. Like, it makes my strands worse, but I would really like to play at least a 3/3 here, and now the Vigor Spore Worm next turn has some extra utility. It's not a card I can get back from the graveyard with Vivid Revival, but making a 3/3 here as opposed to a 4-mana 2/2 seems correct. Okay, they're going to use their Forum here. Let's see what kind of creature they can muster. Four-mana creature. Hopefully it's not the Cavalier. Bad news, it's the Cavalier. Okay. I don't think they attack with Ledev here. I think they probably pass turn. Because if they attack with Ledev, they're committing to tapping both of these creatures. What was that? Oh, Prey Upon. Sure. Sure. Strands of Undeath. Or Severed Strands. Let's just play the Worm this turn. Let's put it on our Rhizome and attack for 5. We can trade with the Conclave. I don't actually mind that all too much. Got extra creatures in the graveyard is okay for us. Plus we have the Vivid Revival for return. The old return value. Let the Giants, okay. If I attack with Vigor, they can't block with more than one creature, so they're probably just going to chump with the Hunted Witness, I imagine. Oh, you can't block with more. Good try, though. As I was... Oh. As I was saying, if I can get the Guild Mage Menace back, we can make the Worm unblockable. Alright, so let's Strands the Ledev here, sacrificing the Gorgon, and then play the Rhizome Lurcher out as a 6/6. then hopefully I draw an untapped land next turn, because I'd get to Lotlith and then follow up the Lotlith with the Vivid Revival. Be quite potent. Nice. So let's go to combat first. I expect a double chump here, but they might also mass block the Rhizome Lurcher just to take care of it. They will gain 1 life here from the soldier as well. Okay, put him down to 7, assuming nothing happens. What the heck? Oh my god, do they have the multitudes? They do. Oh, multitudes for 9. Right. Well, I guess we lose. Ay. That's a good card to have. I have a Mephitic. No, I don't. Jesus. One of the best cards as well. 3 mana X Convoke. Create X 1/1 white soldier tokens with lifelink. So let's get Vivid here. I'm not technically dead, but oh wait, yes I am. I'm technically dead. Well, maybe they don't see it. Maybe they don't just click attack all. Bad news. They saw. Wow. Alright, well that is the power of one single card. Yeah, got nothing to say there. Let's take out the Plague Crafter versus them, bring in the Never. Yeah, and ship it back. Oof. So many powerful rares and mythics in this format. Sometimes you just lose. That card is very good. Niv-Mizzet very good. There are quite a few others that have similar effects. Hopefully we can avoid that card in the following game. Here's game 2, round 2. We are down a game versus Green-White Multitude. 1-lander is a mulligan. 2-lander is a keep. Opponent also mulligan down to 6. And unfortunately, I need lands, so I got to bottom the 4-drop, even though it's a good one. Any third land will unlock Generous Stray, which hopefully unlocks some other potential. Alright, and we got there. I think I lead with Whisper Agent on turn 3, just to go a little more aggro, depending on what they play. Yeah, let's lead with Whisper Agent. Pass here. Might even be able to surveil a creature into the graveyard for some extra Rhizome Lurcher value. My other option was to play the Erstwhile Trooper and discard 2 turns in a row to make a 4/4 Rhizome Lurcher, but I don't think I want to lose out on that value. Nice. Alright, turn 3 they played a tap land, which means we get to bash them in for a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna bin that Rhizome Lurcher. Let's attack. Play the Trooper. We're hoping to fade the Conclave Cavalier. Good, just a 2/1. Alright, we can deal with that. No, I said fade the Conclave Cavalier. Oh, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. So let's attack, let them trade away with my Whisper Agent. And no, I think we're just going to let that trade happen. And we'll play the Rhizome Lurcher out. I assume they're just going to jam their Cavalier here. And the nice thing is, if we exile it, it doesn't produce the tokens. Oh, I was going to say, use a Prey Upon right now. Do it. So let's attack with both. block. I have two options. I can discard the Stray, or I can just Necrotic Wound right now and trade. I think I'd rather play the Stray and try to find a better card. Nice. That's great. Not bad. Yeah, not bad. Conclave Cavalier, one of those uncommons. Just so annoying if you don't have like a way to Luminous Bonds it or Capture Sphere it, that type of thing. I mean, I'm not getting my hopes up. The opponent has a bunch of cards still in their hand, and we know they have a multitude in their deck somewhere. Are they thinking about a Prey Upon? That's the question. Prey Upon? Prey Upon? No Prey Upon. Double Forager, sweet. Alright, let's attack for 4, probably trade, play a 4/4, gain 4. Oh, no trade. Okay, that means they have some Convoke in their hand or something. Because I don't think they would just chump block at 11 life if that weren't the case. Ugh, really wish I had the Mephitic Vapors to potentially deal with a multitude if they have it. We'll know if they just pass the turn at some point with... Oh, they have 2 of those? Blech. I guess we need to find our other Necrotic Wound. Luminous Bonds. You got me. Yeah, we're trading. Or at least we're offering the trade. Man, that card is good. Oof. I don't think I trade here. I think I just take the hit. We'd rather have the 4/4 to block the 2/2s or to attack into them. Okay, Generous Stray. And a pass of the turn. Alright, I like attacking here. We don't mind getting creatures off of their battlefield. Or not. But now our Dissident can trade away with their Ceratok if they attack with it. No attacks now. Oh. I guess I know what we're going to see at the end of their turn, or end of our turn. Alright. So I'm going to Strands the Ceratok with my 4/4. They're going to cast Multitude in response, and I just pass. They can make, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They can make 9 1/1s again. Yep. Well, not much to say. Hopefully they don't have their Flourish now. Alright. Well, these things happen, you know? I'm not going to say they played better than us, but they certainly had sweeter rares than we did. Oof. I'm still feeling good though. After our round 1 win, this was a sweet way to go out. But this just shows you the powers of some of the individual cards in this format. You know, March of the Multitude's just completely bonkers, especially in a prolonged game state like this. Yeah, lots of good sweet stuff. There are going to be more Guilds of Ravnica drafts coming up, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to follow me on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/NumottheNummy. And don't forget to watch all of my other content here on the MTGO Traders channel. So hopefully you enjoyed that. That was pretty sweet, even though we lost. But overall, a little bit of a fun one. We'll see you guys next time.
Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome MTG content just like this. And make sure to tap the bell icon to be notified whenever a video is made live. If you want to keep watching content, here are 2 more videos for you. This video and many others are sponsored by MTGO Traders and Cape Fear Games. Buy and sell digital singles to build your online collection today with MTGO Traders, and get your paper singles, accessories, and much more from Cape Fear Games. Whatever your Magic needs, both places have you covered.